Welcome back. This week, machine learning. What is machine learning? Well, it's a type of artificial intelligence programming which gives machines, or in other words computers, the ability to learn without being specifically programmed. So they can basically kind of learn on their own. Wait, the computer learns on its own? Like this? No, not quite like that. Not yet, at least, anyways. Today's artificial intelligence is still very basic compared to the imagined malevolent AI of the science fiction future. So AI is not quite super evil and intelligent on its own to attack us yet. But this has been a very popular topic in popular culture, in media. So the topic of AI turning evil has been a subject in the media for decades. Almost even 100 years now, it's been a topic. Starting all the way back, the movie Metropolis featured a artificial humanoid robot, which eventually kind of turned evil, I think, in the movie. It was very strange, though, and very futuristic, of course, for almost a 100-year-old movie. Then in 1968, 2001, Space Odyssey predicted the future of the year 2001, which was, at that time, basically 30 years in the future. Now it's, in our past, but still, it was very, very realistic in its depictions of what future life may be in 2001, with space stations and various sorts of use of artificial intelligence. And the computer in the movie, HAL 9000, malfunctioned.
Hello, Hal, do you read me? Do you read me, Hal?
Affirmative, Dave. I read you.
Open the pod bay doors, Hal.
I'm sorry, Dave. I'm afraid I can't do that.
What's the problem?
I think you know what the problem is just as well as I do.
What are you talking about, Hal?
This mission is too important for me to allow you to jeopardize it.
I don't know what you're talking about, Hal.
I know that you and Frank were planning to disconnect me, and I'm afraid that's something I cannot allow to happen.
But as you can see, there's a new space hotel, Voyager Space Hotel, which is planned to be built in just 6 years. Looks very similar to the space station in 2001, A Space Odyssey. So maybe their prediction was only about 20 years off. Then, later on, actually almost the same year, there was a book written called Do Androids Dream of Electric Sheep? And later a movie was made called Blade Runner, which dealt with artificial humans, artificial intelligence that were going rogue and such. Do artificial intelligences dream? And dealt with all sorts of interesting questions like that. Then in 1984, The Terminator. The movie The Terminator was made, which was about a futuristic artificial intelligence robot that was sent back in time to eliminate someone that threatened it. And it was pretty scary. Not necessarily a good movie to watch when you're in elementary school. Then in 1999, The Matrix also dealt with artificial intelligence, with an entire alternative world that the AIs had taken over already and had everyone plugged into that digital world without knowing it.
We marveled at our own magnificence as we gave birth to AI.
AI? You mean artificial intelligence?
A singular consciousness that spawned an entire race of machines.
And then 2015, Ex Machina also dealt with machines thinking on their own and going crazy. So just a quick overview of just some of the creative movies that were on this topic. But let's get into the real topic of machine learning. Machine learning focuses on computer programs that can grow and learn when exposed to new data. Most machine learning programs focus on pattern recognition. When the computer is exposed to new patterns, it slowly learns to know what is correct or what's not. And this pattern recognition is very important to us as well. We do it all the time. We learn from what we have already seen, and we recognize patterns based on it. For example, we recognize after seeing many, many times what someone looks like when they're happy versus someone that's upset. We know these patterns of faces. Our brains have learned them, and we can recognize them. We also can recognize what a specific letter looks like. For example, we know that all of these letters are the letter A, even though some of them look completely different. We recognize the pattern. Our brain is basically super incredible. It's a supercomputer. So everyone has within their own head an amazing supercomputer. It's been tuned over millions of years of evolution to recognize patterns and learn from mistakes. That is our very own supercomputer within our head. But like our brain, machine learning is kind of modeled after how our brain works. And these machine learning programs are called neural networks. Neural networks are already doing pretty amazing things, like beating people at some of the hardest games. Go, for example, is the world's most complex board game. And just a few years ago, a machine learning artificial intelligence neural network called AlphaGo defeated the best human Go player in the world, the highest ranked Go player in the world. And it was quite a big deal when that happened. People thought that wouldn't happen as soon as it did. For example, also, StarCraft II is one of the most complex video games in the world, and there is a AlphaStar machine learning neural network that's been trained to fight against people as well. But this isn't a board game, this is an active strategy game. And sometimes it can beat the best human players, but not quite. Still the human players have a bit of an edge over this AI. It hasn't quite gotten to the level of StarCraft II yet, mastering that all the way. How else is machine learning used? Besides just beating us in games, well, for example, it can be used to sort through large numbers of pictures or different data sets. It would be nearly impossible to do so, like searching through billions of pictures, but you can train a computer to do it instead. Instead, a programmer can write code that basically allows the computer to write its own code. Okay? The computer writes its own code to train itself what's right and wrong based on a certain number of examples. So it sees the examples and then it trains itself on those examples and then basically learns from that by writing its own code for itself. And there's all sorts of examples of different uses of this. It's used in search engines, and Google's neural network is used to sift through images in image search. There's handwriting recognition programs. There's art and music programs. Maybe in the future we will see all sorts of art made by artificial intelligence, and maybe we will listen to music by a neural network that's actually good. And there's animation. So you can use animation interpolation to basically make animating a lot easier for yourself. What are we going to do today? Well, I want to try this. This is going to be pretty crazy, but you can try to make your own machine learning program using this program I found called Teachable Machine. It's an AI experiment with Google. Basically, you simply take a bunch of pictures or a bunch of data, you train the machine learning program, and then there you have it. You did it.
But machine learning is pretty intimidating to get into. So we've been wondering, what if it wasn't? With Teachable Machine, we set out to make it easier for anyone to create machine learning models without needing to write any machine learning code. When it first launched in 2017, it allowed everyone to get a feeling for what machine learning is all about. But now, Teachable Machine puts the power of machine learning in your hands, allowing you to save your models and use them in your own projects.
So let's say you want to build a model to recognize you versus your dog. You just open up the site, record samples of you and samples of your dog. Click Train, and you instantly have your own machine learning model, which you can use in your sites, apps, and more. You can upload your model to host it online, or download it to work entirely on device.
With Teachable Machine, you can create custom models for all sorts of things. Using images, audio, or even poses. Personalized machine learning models for the things that matter to you.
Also, you can try playing Quick Draw. Some of you may have played this before, but basically it's playing Pictionary against a neural network. And the neural network tries to guess what you draw as you draw it. When you're ready to get started on the assignment, go back up to Seesaw and let's look at the assignment. Here he is. It says, after you watch the lesson video, next, click the Teachable Machine link here. And step 1, choose image project. Okay, so there's 3 different kinds of projects we could choose. And I think image project is the easiest to get a hold of, or to just figure out here. So let's do image project. And so now we see 2 options here, class 1 and class 2. We can take pictures with a webcam that's built into our Chromebooks of images, and we can try to train our machine learning program to recognize certain images. So for example, if I click webcam here, I can just see my face on the webcam. Here I am. And if I click hold and record here, it'll start taking lots and lots of pictures for my data, for my program, basically. So let's make 2 classes. It can be anything. You can train your program to recognize all sorts of weird objects, like a can of soda, or like a light bulb, or like some kind of teddy bear or something. Or you could even maybe train it to recognize facial expressions or something like that. It should be able to recognize anything if you give it lots of pictures of that thing, basically. So let's just do a set of your face, and then we could do like another one, a different class of like your hand. Okay? So this will be a really simple example. I'm just going to click hold, and I can just kind of show up my face and hold it down for about like 100 images or so. Now we've got 125 image sample data set, right, for class 1. Let's go to class 2 and let's do the webcam for class 2. I want to just have it recognize my hand up, and I'm going to click hold to record. Here we go. And I'm going to get maybe about 100 images or so. Again, there we go. Now I've got my 2 classes of data filled out. I can add more if I wanted to make this a complicated program. I could add like different hand expressions, like maybe 2 hands, or maybe like different expressions, or whatever I want to add. But I'm just going to do 2 for this example. And then I click Train Model. And it's training. It's doing the training right now. It's doing its work. It's teaching itself how to recognize the data that you gave it, based on the data you gave it, how to recognize the differences between those pictures. And here we have it. The program's running over here. It's recognizing with 100% accuracy that it's just my face, based on the pictures. And now let's see what happens if I put my hand up. It starts to recognize that, oh, it's my hand up. So you can do some pretty interesting things with this. This is a very simple example I'm giving you, but you can teach it to understand all sorts of different things, and you can teach it to understand different sounds with the audio program. If you want to share your machine learning model that you've created, this is how you do it. You go up to Export Model, and then you can click on, it's already got Upload Shareable Link selected, that's what we want, and you click on Upload My Model. It'll upload, and then you can copy your shareable link right here. Here's your shareable link. You can either just Control-C or you can click the copy button. And now you can go back to Seesaw. You can click Add Response, and you can upload your shareable link to the link. And it should show something like this. If that doesn't really work for you, or if you just don't feel like uploading that, you can also just take a selected screenshot or just a regular screenshot of your program. Here we go. I'll take a screenshot, and then I can upload that to Seesaw instead. Okay, so I can just upload that. If I go to Drawing, I can just paste that in Drawing with Control-V. And there's my screenshot of my program that I made in Seesaw. Finally, if you want to do something fun with machine learning, you can always go to my website. So you can type in Markham Wicks in Google, or hopefully you have it bookmarked or something. You can go to Fun Stuff, and you can go to Machine Learning under Fun Stuff. And I've got all these different links. I've got some new ones too, like Magic Sketchpad, and I've got the link to the Teachable Machine here too. But Quick Draw is the most fun machine learning game, and this is basically Pictionary, and a neural network is trying to guess what you're drawing. So it wants me to draw a
I
kangaroo,
see rainbow, or saxophone,
and
or swan,
is it guessing it?
or flamingo. I see duck. Oh, I know, it's kangaroo.
Oh, you got it. Okay, now it wants me to draw a cow. Here we go.
I see
Here we go.
line.
Here's a cow.
Or underwear. Or shorts.
This is a terrible cow.
Oh, I know.
Here we go.
It's cow.
And it got it, even though I was terrible. A power outlet. Here we go. This should be easy. So we go,
I see line. Or fence.
Like that.
Or necklace. Oh, I know. It's power
outlet.
outlet.
Oh, it's a power outlet. Draw a sun. That one's pretty easy.
I see circle. Or moon. Oh, I know. It's sun.
Very quick. And then you can see your drawings after you're done, and you can compare them with what other people drew. Okay, so for example, I think my cow was pretty weird looking here, so I want to see what other people drew, even though it did get it. So here's correct match for a cow. Horse, dog, pretty weird. Weird cows other people drew. I think everybody else did a better job than my cow, but still, the machine learning program managed to understand that this was a cow. So I hope you have fun doing some machine learning activities here. Try to make a teachable machine program. It's not too hard once you start doing it a little bit, and it can do some really interesting things. So hope you had fun, and I'll see you next time.